My name is Leif Knudsen. I'm the owner of a company called Watertech Services, and we were contacted by Seniors Without Borders in Denmark to carry out a water supply project in Sipi. The project is a project where we are capturing spring source. We are taking it to a holding tank. From there we are pumping it up to a distribution tank, and the distribution tank is then taking water out to 5 tap stands and washing bays, and then there is a tap at a school also, all for the community. This washing base is for the coffee farmers who need to wash their coffee in order to get a better quality of coffee. And the community is all going to benefit from the project by having the different tap stands in different areas of the community, which shorten their distance to walk for water and thereby increase the use of water to get a better hygiene and a better quality of life. The system itself, I think we can go and see where the water is captured from the spring. We are now at the source of the water supply, which is a natural spring which comes out of the rocks. It has been protected and covered with gravel, and the intake is protected. The whole area is covered and sealed off, and the water is then flowing down to a holding tank from where we are pumping water up. The spring is over here, and the water is coming out from spring ice in the soil behind, which has been dug down to the rock level. Then it comes to this tank, which is just capturing the different spring ice before the water is led through a pipeline down to the pumping station, which is a bit further down. Here in the rainy season there is a lot of water in the spring which is overflowing the different spring protection, and that water runs year round but reduces in the dry season. This source of water is located where there was also an existing water source before, which was in a pretty poor condition. We have kind of rehabilitated it a bit for the project, and some of the community who is far from the other tap stands can still use this spring source here. We have now come back to the pumping station, which receives the water from the spring. There is a 10,000 liter water tank where the water from the spring is initially entering in order to give a small reservoir where in the season where there's not so much water, the water can collect during the night, and that means we can pump with full capacity all day long. And from here the water is being pumped up to a reservoir placed on the mountain, which will distribute the water out to the other water taps places. When the water comes into the tank here, it is first filtered through a sand filter. It will take any dirt, any small animals and other things coming in, which is not yet totally closed off because it still needs some work. The work is not completed yet 100%. And of course there will not be any water leak at the top at the end of the day when the project is going to be handed over. At the outlet there is going to be a UV filter which will sanitize the water and make sure it's safe to drink. There will also be a chlorination dosage, because sometimes the water will be standing for a longer period in the tanks and the pipelines, so there needs to be a bit of chlorine to guarantee the safety of the water. The pumping system is powered by 2 submersible pumps, which is running on solar power, and the 2 pumps is necessary because of the elevation to the distribution reservoir, which is lying 75 meters above the level where we are now. The whole thing has been encased and fenced off due to security reasons. We are now standing looking down at the outlet from the tank, The pipes you see coming out from the tank is where the two pumps are supplying water to the reservoir on top of the hill. Down below we have a water meter which will record the daily production, and it is also here where a UV sanitation unit will be introduced to the system, so that the water reaching the upper reservoir will be safe. We are now standing at 106 distribution water tanks, which is breaking the pressure from the main water supply pipeline, which goes around in the whole village. And from here, the water is then taken down to a tap stand and a washing bay, which is used to wash the coffee. The water comes in from the main reservoir further up on the hill through this pipe here, and then it goes out here to the tap stand and the washing bay, which is down below us.